Good morning. I am about to kick my own ass into gear, get down to the gym, and I will be doing cardio and weights. And instead of stretching there, I'm going to come back and do it with you. And we're going to hit the mat, 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing guided with a reverse plank in the minute breath hold at the end. And then we're going to stretch out from top to toe. It's so important. It's going to support your joints. It's going to relieve you. It's going to take away the tiredness and the ache from the muscles, so you're not going to be suffering for 72 hours, and it's going to get you back to the gym sooner. So do it. Just get on the mat and do it together. I'm really appreciating the support I'm getting on my YouTube channel, and if you like this video, like it, and if you want to support me more, then subscribe. And obviously press the notification button, because I'm trying to do at least 4 or 5 videos a week. So if you want to see them, then hit that notification bell. Okay, so come to the mat. In the final breath hold, we're going to hold reverse plank for 1 minute. Hand underneath the shoulders, push up through the hands, open the shoulders out, do not collapse into the shoulders. If your neck is comfortable, you can let it fall back. If not, keep it in line. And that's the position we'll hold for a minute during the final breath hold of 1 minute. If you want to, obviously, if you wanted to do something else, push-ups, sit-ups, press-ups, you do you, or if you want to just lie still, that's also fine. Okay, let's start our first round. 30 in-breaths, in and out, in and out. Belly, chest, head, let it go. Belly, chest, head, let it go. In and out. 100% effort in and 70 out. So the out breath is passive, the in breath is forced and strong, all the way down into the stomach, forcing the diaphragm open, forcing air into the lungs, and then pushing it up that extra bit into the head. Circular breaths, in and out, in and out. No gap between in and out breath. I'm breathing in through my mouth, but if you feel panicky at any point, then just breathe in through your nose. It works just as well. You may need to do a few more breaths, that's all. But just keep going. Make this your own practice. 30 big in and out breaths. This is 2 more. Last one. In and out. And we're going to hold this breath out for 1.5 minutes. If 1.5 minutes is too long with the breath out, then you can take your recovery breath before, hold it for 15 and then start breathing again. If you'd like to hold your breath for longer, I will cue it up at 10 seconds to go, and you can pause the video and hold your breath for longer. I always hold my breath out, completely out, just because it gives me that sense of really having mastery over my body. Because once the lungs are empty, even though we've oxygenated our body, hyper-oxygenated it, and we have loads of oxygen, free oxygen inside us because we've blown off the carbon dioxide, our lungs being empty triggers a response to breathe. So by then, we've done 1 minute, by then ignoring that, what happens is you overcome the autonomic response to breathe. That's really, really good. Then because we really start getting into the inner workings of the body and just start to become masters of it. 10 seconds to go. If you want to pause the video and hold your breath for longer, do that now. Okay, let's take a recovery breath in, forcing the breath up into the head. So push up on the perineum, up into the stomach, up into the chest, push up, root lock, stomach lock, neck lock, into the head. And release. Well done. Amazing. Round 2. In and out. In and out. Belly, chest, head. Let it go. You're doing super well. Keep going. 30 big breaths in, passive out. In and out. Great. You're doing amazing. Belly, chest, head. Let it go. Belly, chest, head. Let it go. Keep going. You're doing so well. Really just focus on the waves of breath coming in and out of the body. Breathing in and out through the mouth or the nose. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't feel panicky through the mouth, it doesn't matter. 10 breaths to go together. Make these huge. In and out, creating hermetic stress. We are in control of our bodies. 5 to go. In and out. In and out. In and out. Okay, this is our last 2. Last one. This is the biggest one. Let it all out. Empty those lungs completely. Close down the eyes. And let's just hold our breath together. 1 minute 30. If we can get that far. If you can't, take your recovery breath. If you want it longer, I will queue up when we are ready to go. You're doing super well. Really focus on the sensations in the body. Lean into any tingling in the fingers or the hands. Close down the eyes. What can you see? Lights behind the eyes, the prana, the energy. This is such a good practice to do before and after the gym. So you've worked hard, you've worked your body hard, and now we've done 1 minute together. You're helping your body recover by forcing oxygen around the body. And when we allow the carbon dioxide back in, because we've blown it all off at the moment, your body uptake of oxygen will be amazing and your body will be oxygen rich, making the stretches we're about to do much easier. 10 seconds if you want to pause the video. 5 seconds. Let's get ready to take a recovery breath. In, hold it, force the root lock, the stomach lock, the throat lock. Push this breath up into the pineal gland, decalcifying it. Push, hold it, and release. Well done. Okay, we're going into our third and final round. 30 breaths together. In and out. In and out. Like waves on a shore. Circular breaths. Relaxation in and let the stress out. We carry so much stress in our shoulders, in our hips, in our bodies, in our heads. This is a chance to recoup, really take back your control of not just your body but your mind. Finding time for self-care and self-love is so important. We neglect ourselves. So if you can get to the mat once a day and do practices like this, even if it's like 20-30 minutes, you just need that time in a fast-paced world. This is the antidote. Keep going. Breathe in and out. 10 more breaths together. These are our last 10 today, so let's make them big. In and out. In and out. Keep going. You're doing really well. 5 more. Belly, chest, head. Let it go. Belly, chest, head. Let it go. 2 more together. In and out. And this is our last one. Now we're going to set the timer for 1 minute. Come to that reverse plank position. Hold it, and if you can, tilt your head back, let it fall back and open out that thyroid gland. We're going to stretch that out and work into the metabolism. Hands are underneath the shoulders are open, so we are not collapsing into the shoulders. Use the glutes and the abs to hold the position and the thighs. This is a really good back body strength building pose as well as a stretch. And now we're really forcing that oxygen into the muscles as we get the gas exchange really moving now. If you do need to come out of this position before, I actually did. I came out a few seconds before it finished. I just felt I was going a little bit lightheaded. We don't want to push the limits to the point where we hurt ourselves. And then take a big recovery breath in. Hold it, push it, force it up into the head. Keep going. Hold it just a little bit longer, this last one, and release. Wow, amazing. Just rock back, fall back onto your back now gently, and let's just take some recovery breaths. I obviously don't know where you will be at the end of that practice, but it made me quite lightheaded doing that reverse plank. So I was quite grateful just to have this time to come back to my nasal, slow breathing. For the rest of this practice, just rock up to sitting. For the rest of this practice, we will just take breaths in and out through the nose on the mat, and just really remember to keep breathing as we stretch. Okay, lie onto the mat. And we're going to take a banana pose. It's a yin posture. So take the feet to the outside of the left-hand side of the mat, and the arms over the head and also over to the left-hand side. So we're getting a banana shape in the body, and this will create a stretch all down the right-hand side of the body. So our elbow of the left side, and the left feet are off the mat. I've just realised that my camera has something in the corner, so that's probably going to be there for the rest of this, and I apologise. You can still see me, just try to ignore it. Okay, come back to centre. We'll take that to the other side. So feet come off to the right hand side of the mat, body comes over to the arms come over to the right, and the hips stay where they are, and we're getting that banana shape, and the stretch this time is down the left, and we've got the left foot crossed over the right to intensify the stretch, and the hands are linked behind the head. This is a beautiful yin posture. It gets a stretch there on the whole body, the whole side body, into the lateral body, the obliques. Okay, come back to centre. And then rock up to sitting. Come to all fours. And we're going to go onto our toes. So I want you to turn your toes under and sit on your heels. So we're getting a stretch into the toes. Take your right arm across your body and hold it with the left. So we're stretching into the shoulder and into the toes. Sit up through the body straight. Don't collapse forward or lean back. Take the other hand, the left arm, across the body. Just take that stretch into the shoulder. Staying on those toes. The body feeling a little bit painful now, but it's really good to break down any lactate or build-up of crystals in the feet. And now we're going to do the same with the hands. Come into all fours. And we're going to hold a cow position and we're breathing in and out through the nose slowly. And then the cat position, stumbling my words today. Cat position, pushing up through that and breathing in and out through the nose. Good, and then turn the hands over. Now we haven't got loads of weight in the hands here, so we're on the back of the hands, really, really stretching into those wrists, but don't put all of your weight, obviously, onto your wrists like this, and then turn the wrists to face your knees and do the same. Just rock backwards and forwards to just get a little bit of weight into that. Excellent. Give the wrists a shake out. Just get the blood flow back into them. Come back onto all fours, and we'll just do a balance pose. So left arm out, right leg out. We're just going to hold this, pulling up through the abs, knitting in the ribs. Keep the head focused just ahead of the hands. Swap sides, so right arm out, left leg out. Hold this balance pose. This is strength building and a stretch. Okay, come back to all fours. Thread the needle, right arm rises high. Look up to it and then thread it below the left. Take the left arm long along the mat. The left leg stretches out. toes go into the mat, and we'll get a calf stretch there as well. So we're getting a beautiful twist, a shoulder compression, a shoulder opener. The right hand side of the face is on the mat and the right shoulder is in the mat. Push back with that foot so we're getting a nice calf stretch. Come back to centre, raise the right arm high and then bring it back to the mat. Okay, other side, so breathe in, take the arm high, look up to the ceiling and then post it underneath the right, come onto the left shoulder, right arm goes forward, right leg comes back, so push the toes down and get a calf stretch, and we're really getting that beautiful twist in one side of the body and a compression in the other, and a great calf stretch. And just breathe in and out through the nose. Enjoy the stillness in these poses and just breathe into it. When you feel the stretch easing off a bit, just breathe into it a little bit more and just take it a little bit further. Okay, bring the leg back, bring the arm back, bring the hand back up to the ceiling and then back to the mat. Amazing, well done. Okay. Come into a downward dog now. And we'll just walk the dog out. So bend one knee and then the other. Even weight through the hands and the feet. Spread the fingers wide so the weight isn't through the heel of the hands. No weight in the head at all. And remember, it's a shoulder opener and a back bend. So we're not rounding out on the back. Okay, find stillness. Toes, heels just slightly tucked out so you can't see them through the feet. Remember, no weight in the head. And the feet are hips width apart. We're working the legs towards straight and the heels towards the mat. If you can't do that yet, that doesn't matter. Okay, take the right leg high and open the hip, bend the knee, circle the foot one way, circle the foot the other way, and then just flex the foot. So flex it, flex, point with this nice hip opener. Keep an even weight through the hands. Bring it back to the mat. We'll do the other side. So raise the left leg high, open it, bend the knee, circle the foot one way. Remember to keep even weight in the hands. Circle the foot the other way, and then flex and point. Getting a hip opener. I'm just working out the any chinks in those ankles. Okay, bring that back to the mat, back to that dog, come onto the toes, wave forward into a plank, and then roll over those toes into an upward facing dog. Take the head back if it's comfortable, if not, just keep it in line with the neck. Push up through the shoulders, do not collapse into the shoulders here, and then look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder. Breathe into the centre, look over your right shoulder. Breathe into centre, look over your left shoulder. Come back to centre and then come down onto the floor. Come me onto the floor. And then we're going to put the left arm along the mat and roll the right leg onto the other side of the left leg. So we're opening the shoulder along the mat. So really, really, really doing a strong shoulder opener on that left side. Keeping the cheek on the mat. Obviously it's a shoulder opener and a twist in the body. There's quite a lot going on here. If your shoulders are uncomfortable in this pose, just listen to your body. Okay, take it to the other side. So this time we take the right arm out and the left leg rolls over to the outside of the right leg. So we're getting that opening in the right shoulder and a twist in the body, and the right cheek is on the mat. This is one of my least favourite shoulder openers. It's quite strong. So just listen to your body for how far you take this. Just keep breathing in and out through the nose. Come back to center, onto your tummies. Come back to all fours. And then onto your knees. And what we're going to do is take puppy pose. So hands to the width of the mat. Come down onto the forehead. This is again another shoulder opener. We work those shoulders so hard. It's really good to open them out like this. If you can, bring your chin to the mat. If not, just keep it on your forehead. But you'll notice the difference between my chin on the mat. The back bend is much stronger than my forehead. Okay, come back to all fours. And then we're going to come into hero's pose. So open bring the knees together and the feet out wide and sit between the feet. If this is too strong, you can sit on a cushion. If it's too strong in the quads or the knees. If you're comfortable, you can either sit up like this. You can come back onto your hands, or you can come back onto your elbows, or you can lie all the way back onto the floor, depending on your flexibility. If you're comfortable, then you can come back and take long, deep breaths with me on the floor, with the hands raised over the head. Any of those variations is good, though. This is a very, very strong quad stretch. As I say, if you get any discomfort in the knees, then stay upright and sit onto a cushion. By discomfort, we're talking about sharp shooting pains, electric type pains. Okay, very carefully come back up to sitting. Don't want to strain anything at this stage. And then take the right leg long along the mat and keep the left leg in hero's pose. This is half hero's pose. Sit up straight. Again, if this is uncomfortable, you can bring the left leg into the thigh and open it out. But if you can stay in half hero's pose with me, that's ideal. And then we're going to bring the tummy to the thigh, the chest to the knee, and the head to the ankle. So we're elongating the body, stretching the body out. We're not pouring the head towards the thigh. Reach for the foot if you can, or anywhere you can get to. It doesn't matter how far you come down. Just try and keep some integrity in the back. Beautiful stretch down the hamstring, but we're also getting that quad, into that quad with the half hero's pose. Beautiful. Right, come into a staff pose. So sitting up straight onto the sitting bones, as though you've got a rod going through the top of your head into your bottom, and then fold forward into a forward seated fold. Take hold of the feet if you can. If you can't, any way you can get to is fine, but just, as I said before, try and keep some integrity in the back. So the work really is in the base of the spine and in the legs, not in the shoulders. We're not forcing or rounding the shoulders over. Come back up to a staff pose, seated. And then we're going to come into butterfly pose, Baddha-Konasana or cobbler's pose. So take hold of the ankles or the feet, and you can open the knees with the elbows and fold forward here. So breathe in and then fold forward. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Come back up to seated. And then we're going to go into diamond pose. So take the feet a little bit further away. And again, we're going to use our elbows to open out the knees. And we're going to fold forward again. Head towards the feet. Breathing slowly in and out through the nose. You'll just feel that just by moving those feet out a little bit, you get a very different sensation in different muscles in the legs. Like the outside of the calves with this diamond pose. It's quite interesting. Okay, come into a cross-legged pose. So it doesn't matter which way you cross them because we are going to change the cross of the leg. Okay, so we take a twist. So right hand to left knee and twist over the left shoulder. Gazing in I'm gazing at Gordon Ramsay, but you can just gaze over at your left shoulder. Come back to centre and then gaze over your right shoulder. So we breathe in as we lengthen and out as we twist. Really getting into those obliques and the psoas muscle here, shaping the waist and the smooth muscle. Come back to centre, change the cross of your legs. And we're going to do eagle arms here. This is where I'm going to get confused, queuing you up. Okay, so raise the hands high, and we're going to take the right arm beneath the left into eagle arms. And if you can, bring the palms together, perfect. And raise the elbows up. So the stretch is in the whole of the shoulder. Okay, now just stretch that right arm across the body again, just to take some of the stress out of that eagle pose. Okay, now we'll do it the other side. So this time left arm comes below and we join the palms together in eagle pose, raise the elbows up. Okay, now take that left arm across the body and give it a stretch just to relieve the tension from the eagle pose. Keep breathing, remember. The more we breathe, the oxygenate our bodies during this process, in and out through the nose, the more you'll find the more flexibility you'll be able to manage. Okay, we'll do that half hero's pose on the other side now. So you can either bring the foot into the thigh or take it into half hero's pose. Do whatever you did on the other side. And then we're going to sit up straight through the body on the sitting bones and then fold over that left leg. Remember, the torso is coming towards the thigh, chest to the knee, head to the ankle. So we're not forcing ourselves over with the arms. There should be no weight in the head or the arms at all here. We're not forcing there. The work is in the torso. Okay, breathe in, come back to center. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to turn now and come into a wide-legged seated pose. So come onto the sitting bones, open the legs out nice and wide. Knees facing the ceiling, toes facing the ceiling. So we're keeping work and we're not going to stress out the hips, knees or ankles. And then just come forward to where you can. If you can come onto the elbows, that's great. If you can come all the way to the floor, that's great. Just come to where you feel comfortable. But try not to tilt too much forward over the hips, over the pelvis. And obviously we don't want to be rounding the back, going the other way either. So sitting backwards. If you can bring your head down, just to get that last bit of a groin opener and stretch, that's ideal. Obviously make all these stretches your own. If you want any variations, you can let me know. There are variations for all of these. Okay, we're going to take a side twist. So bring the left foot into the right thigh. Look over the left knee. Raise the hand up high and take a side bend. Now I can bring my left hand to my right foot. If you can't, it doesn't matter. You just take it. The important thing is that you're getting a side stretch, a twist, and a stretch into that hamstring. So there's a lot going on. So just go to where you can, so you don't lose integrity. Take it the other side. So bring in the right leg to the left thigh. Look over the right leg. Take the right arm high and bring it over towards the left toes. You don't have to take hold of the left toes. As long as you're getting the stretch, the side stretch, without twisting the body, that's great. Go to where you're working but not stressing. And breathe. Slowly in and out through the nose. Again, we've done a lot of glute stretches here, side stretches, shoulder openers, and these are areas that get tight when we go to the gym. So it's really, really good to spend this time recovering. Okay, roll down onto your back now. Take the feet the width of the mat, and we're just going to the arms to goalposts, and just wind your legs from one side to the other. Keeping your elbows and your shoulders glued to the mat. Just take your knees one side of the mat and then the other. Breathing in as they come in and out as they go down. And then leave them over to the left, looking over the right shoulder. And just breathe into that twist. And then we'll go the other side. So look over your left shoulder and bring the legs over to the right. The beautiful passive twist. Keep breathing. Excellent. Come back to centre. We're going to do recline pigeon. So right leg comes over, foot comes onto the left knee. You can either hold behind the thigh or onto the shin. So we're threading the hands through between the knees. So if you can, hold onto the shin, but try and keep the lower back working towards the floor. So we're not raising with our arms here, using our arms. We're getting a hip compression by just bringing the legs towards the body. Okay, and a hip opener. Okay, other side, so left foot onto right knee, and then either hold behind the thigh or the shin, and then just draw those legs in towards the body, opening the hip on one side and compressing the other. There's a lot of balance and yin and yang energy in this practice, and we're bringing it down now towards the floor, so you're nice and beautifully relaxed towards the end of this practice. Happy baby now. You can either take hold of the thighs or the ankles. If you can, take the feet from the outside through between your knees, if that makes sense. And then just rock from side to side. If you can want to, you can straighten one leg and the other. Just have one last stretch into those hams. And then just come into that baby, happy baby, rocking from side to side. Squeeze the knees in, hold on to the elbows, give your feet a little wiggle. You've worked really hard. Okay, just lie long along the mat now. We're going to let the feet fall open, the hands flop open on the mat, the shoulders sink into the mat, the head just relaxing along the mat. There's no effort or work in the body now. Completely relax. Just concentrate on your breaths in and out. And we'll do a body scan. So feel into your feet and your ankles. Feel into your knees, your thighs. Come into your hips. Feel into your stomach. Feel the prana settling into your heart chakra and your chest. Feel as the work integrates into your throat, into your face and your head. Just really let the work that you've done integrate into the body as you absorb the energy and take it with you for the rest of the day. And then circle the hands and the feet. Take a body stretch, arms overhead. Full body stretch. And then we're going to rock and roll 3 times up to sitting. So ready, 1, rock on that spine. 2, last one, rock and roll up to seated at the front of your mat and cross those legs. Bring your hands to your heart, bow your head. And I'd just like to say, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the divine light within you guide your way on. From my heart to yours. Namaste, Satnam, Waheguru.